I'll have to work on myself to be able to trust again, but I can do that. I'm tough, old broad. I really am. Whatever, I'm just going back like, yes, I can.
I know that's right, Debbie. Encourage yourself.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Miss Debbie packs up to leave Morocco and head back to the States after accusing Oussama of using her just to get a green card. And she makes it clear, now that she's woken up from this fantasy, she doesn't plan on talking to him ever again.
But I'm not gonna let the bad guy win. Oussama don't win in this. Debbie's gonna win in this.
I am loving this empowered Debbie. Y'all, she had so many great moments this episode. Let's talk about it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's get into Debbie officially leaving Oussama. And not just leaving him, it's how she did it. If you love Debbie, you're going to love her even more after this episode. And if you can care less about the lady, you should at least get a good laugh or smiling. All right, last episode, Debbie told Oussama they are parting ways after he called her crazy, sick, mentally ill, and basically admitted that his main intention with her is to get a green card and move to the US. Now, this episode picks up the day after their fight. Oussama reaches out to Debbie and asks to meet face to face. Okay, work it, Miss Debbie. She is strutting with this little dress on. Once she gets in the car, headed to meet with Oussama, she opens up about a pattern she's seeing in him.
He'll do wrong and get angry and act like some stranger, but then he knows how to apologize. He's like a professional at apologies.
Yeah, I've come across that before. It's like they're playing peekaboo. They show you who they are, then they feel bad about it, so they try to hide again behind an apology. No, learn how to control yourself so you don't have to say sorry all the time.
Period. Yup.
Debbie arrives to the cafe before Oussama and gets settled.
Hi.
What do you want for a drink?
Do you have any Texas margarita?
Now look at the waiter's face. She asked for a Texas margarita in Morocco. Basically, Miss Debbie was saying, give me the strongest thing you have. But this cafe only has tea and coffee.
It's a desert for margaritas out here.
Which, in my opinion, might be best for the conversation that Debbie is about to have. Once Oussama arrives, he tells the camera he doesn't love Debbie just to get a visa to the US. He loves her because of her passion for art and because she understands him. He then attempts to apologize to Debbie.
I told you this before, that when I am angry, you don't have to care about what I'm saying. Just give me the space and time, and after I can talk. And when I am angry, I don't even focus or think of what I'm saying.
Well, Oussama, that's something to work on, sweetheart. Instead of putting the responsibility on others by telling them to move around it. You're a grown man. You know, my dad always told me this. When you're angry, sometimes the best thing you can do is be quiet. Don't say anything at all, because in most cases, when you speak out of anger, you'll say something you're gonna regret. Just step back and take a moment to regain control over your emotions. And if you're on the other side of that argument, consider giving that person an opportunity to do that instead of pushing it.
You get angry sometimes too. So it's our nature.
But it seems like an excuse. You say, oh, I'm angry, and you gotta forget about it. But it hurts so bad, what you said. For Oussama to win me back, it would take an act of God.
You know, I think this is the first time I've seen someone decide to walk away at the right time on this show, aka before all hell breaks loose. And yeah, I get that this seemingly wasn't the best relationship for Debbie in the first place, but like Alexandra says, at least she came to her senses sooner than others.
You never believe in my love.
I did believe in your love. What do you
No.
think made me come all the way to Morocco and move?
No.
Because of your love, I believed in you.
I loved you, but you didn't accept this.
Ooh, he is BSing her, and it's kind of getting under my skin. Y'all know, I always try to be fair. And as I was writing this week's episode, I was like, dang, it seems as if I am totally team Debbie. But I mean, can you blame me? Look at what's happening. I will say this though, to balance things out a bit. It's something I had to remind myself of. Usama is 24. Yeah, his age does not excuse his behavior. There are some mature 24-year-olds, but it's something to take into consideration. He still has a lot of learning to do, and hopefully some character development.
You changed. But because I know you deeply, I noticed the change.
Oh, no, he didn't try to flip the script.
Well, I think Debbie's getting stronger, and you don't like Debbie to be stronger.
No, and you can guarantee the future here. Arch is dying here, Portugal is dying here. So how you want to live in Morocco? No, I'm staying here. You will lose your money.
I've got money. My money is my business.
Facts.
I was willing to build the
But
foundation
for me,
us.
I know my country. So
You don't
I
know
win.
squat, man. You don't know squat. Talk to the hand, because
I don't think I've ever seen a grown woman say talk to the hand and mean it. Debbie marches to the beat of her own drum, and I love it. And speaking of marching, she's about to march off on Usama. Debbie tells him she's moving on without him and makes her exit.
I wanted to believe the best in him. And even though I wanted him to be my hero, my Prince Charming, it is a bait and switch of the most cruel kind to outwardly become someone's hero, but inwardly becoming someone's worst nightmare come true.
Am I the only one still trying to wrap my head around everything she just said? Well, what I did grasp is that she wanted Usama to be her hero. But I think Debbie is learning that she's the actual hero in her story. When I spoke to her in March, she credited Usama for helping her get back into the world after locking herself away for years. How did you come out of that dark space, that 12 years of exile? How did you reemerge the Debbie you are today?
Well, it was due to Oussama, his kindness. And you know what? Every person is sometimes starving for that empathy. Oussama offered some empathy and kindness.
Which makes me think maybe that's all she needed from him. Sometimes people come into your life to get you to a certain point, not to be there forever. Thanks to Oussama entering her life, Debbie was able to be introduced to the world on this show.
I'm just a people person, but I've been shut up for 12 years not. And so now it's just boom.
And who knows what bright future she has ahead. That woman is entertaining and uplifting.
Romans 12:21, do not let yourself be conquered by evil, but keep conquering evil with good. I'm just trying to do and make a difference, you know?
Jane says, I want Debbie to be the next Bachelorette. You know, there's some talks of the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise coming out with a show for more mature people. Debbie would be in her princess mode 24/7. I could see it now.
I'm packing my bags and leaving Morocco, and it's just a mixture of all kinds of emotions. I'm angry at myself, I'm angry at Oussama, but how can you get angry at someone that never was?
Debbie says Usama threw their 3-year relationship away. Yes, 3 years. But she believes somehow, some way, she'll recover from this.
You've got a wiser Debbie now. So, you know, I'll have to work on myself to be able to trust again, but I can do that. I'm tough, old broad. I really am. Whatever, I'm just going back like, yes, I can.
That is the attitude. Speak it.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Debbie struts as she makes her way to the cab that's taking her to the airport. Okay, gentleman. The driver isn't gonna help her put her suitcase in the van? Even when they get to the airport, Debbie puts her hand out, looking for assistance getting out the car, and she got nothing. She pulled her hand back in real smooth though. I don't know. Maybe it's a cultural thing over there. Or maybe not. He did help put the suitcases on the cart though. I'll give him that. Debbie tells the camera that it's time for her to snap back to reality.
And I need to pay attention and listen and wake up from this fantasy.
And once she grabs her suitcases, she eagerly heads toward those airport doors.
This experience was like sticking your finger in a light socket and getting electrocuted.
Debbie is running for her life, literally, and I'm here for it.
Oussama taught me some very, very hard lessons. After 12 years of isolating myself to protect myself because I couldn't trust a man with my emotions, now it's like, okay, I've been burnt by the worst of them. So I will never communicate with Oussama again, and I've got to be smarter and wiser. I'm not gonna hole up, even though it looks pretty good to hole up after this.
Debbie goes on to say that she's not allowing Oussama to have power over her anymore.
I'm not gonna let the bad guy win. Oussama don't win in this. Debbie's gonna win in this.
Woo! Go Debbie! I'm proud of her. She admitted to making some bad decisions, but she's not gonna let it define her. She acknowledged what she learned from the experience, and now she's moving on. I know her kids are super happy she's coming home. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, the countdown is on. We have one more episode before the tell-all. I will see you next time.